A home in Pittsburgh, everybody talks about the down payment. Everyone's like, how much do I need to put down? 3%, 5%, 20%? And yes, that matters. But today we're talking about the costs that nobody tells you about. Buying a house in Pittsburgh is not just about your down payment. It's transfer tax, inspections, property taxes, insurance, and the fact that half of our housing stock has been standing here since before you were even born. So let's start with the one that surprises a lot of people: transfer tax. In Allegheny County, the realty transfer tax ranges from 2% to 5% of the total purchase price of the property, depending on the municipality and the school district. This is why buyers need a real estimate before they start shopping. Your closing costs in the city of Pittsburgh may not look the same as your closing costs in a nearby suburb. Pittsburgh loves to humble you with taxes and abasement. Depending on the contract, transfer tax may be split between the buyer and seller, but you need to know what's customary, what's negotiated, and what your actual cash to close looks like. Next, inspections. A standard home inspection is important, but in Pittsburgh, I do not want buyers thinking that one general inspection is always enough, because a Pittsburgh house may look adorable from the outside and then casually have a 100-year-old sewer line, or maybe a roof that is fine for now, which is homeowner code for start saving. And those inspections cost money. Nothing says welcome home like a 5-figure pipe problem or a damp basement. Now let's talk about property taxes. A lot of buyers look at a mortgage payment and think, okay, I can afford that. But your monthly payment is not just principal and interest. It's also taxes, insurance, and possibly PMI or HOI dues, and then maintenance. That is why I always want buyers looking at the full monthly payment, not just the price, because a $300,000 house in one area and a $300,000 house in another area may not feel the same every month. Next cost, insurance. If a home has old electrical, an old roof, knob and tube wiring, prior water issues, or certain risk factors, insurance can be more complicated and more expensive to get. This does not mean every older home is bad. I love older Pittsburgh homes, but I want buyers to understand that charming and insurable without questions are not always the same thing. Original woodwork, stunning. Original wiring, not so much. Now let's talk about the costs that no one budgets for. First year ownership. The first year is expensive. Even when nothing major goes wrong, you are buying paint, curtains, furniture, all kinds of tools, a lawnmower, a dehumidifier, because Pittsburgh basements love drama, and the list goes on. A good rule of thumb is to budget money every year for repairs and maintenance, but with Pittsburgh homes, I like buyers to be extra realistic. Then there are municipal requirements. Some municipalities require occupancy inspection, dye tests, point of sale requirements. In Allegheny County, crossing one municipal line can change your entire closing checklist. So here's my advice. When you're buying a home in Pittsburgh, ask yourself, can I afford closing costs, inspections, taxes and insurance, repairs after closing? Because once you have these certainties, buying and owning your house will feel a lot easier. And if you're thinking about buying in Pittsburgh, comment costs and I'll send you the buyer cost checklist I walk people through before they start shopping.